Our other top story tonight, high stakes and big reaction, all in response to the Supreme Court's major ruling striking down President Trump's sweeping tariffs. The majority of the court ruled against his justification of the 1977 Emergency Economic Powers Act and would require him to pass similar tariffs through Congress. However, dissenting justices such as Brett Kavanaugh noted some Trump tariffs may not be affected. Well, this afternoon, President Trump quoted Justice Kavanaugh while speaking on the ruling.
The decision might not substantially constrain a president's ability to order tariffs going forward. That's because numerous other federal statutes, which is so true, authorize the president to impose tariffs and might justify most, if not all, of the tariffs issued in this case. Even more tariffs, actually. For example, the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, Section 232. All of these things I know so well. The Trade Act of 19...
And despite the Supreme Court ruling, President Trump says that he will continue his policy by collecting new global tariffs under a different statute. And with that tariff ruling, if you felt the hit in your wallet, now you might be wondering if relief is on the way. Here's KENS 5's Jeremy Baker.
The Federal Reserve Bank of New York found that nearly 90% of the tariffs were paid by U.S. consumers and businesses. That has many people thinking there should be a refund coming their way.
If people watching think that somehow they're going to get a refund from the tariffs that were imposed, not going to happen.
Then there's retail prices that most economists agree were driven up by the tariffs, which dramatically impacted consumer spending.
If you think that somehow we're going to see a decrease in prices and going to the grocery store or to various other businesses, the answer is you're probably not going to see much.
The Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond says the Treasury Department collected $287 billion in tariffs in 2025. PNC Financial Services Group says as of mid-December, $130 billion of that was collected as IEEPA tariffs, but as much as $150 billion in refunds could be on the way for businesses.
Wouldn't you think they would have put one sentence in there saying that keep the money or don't keep the money, right? I guess it has to get litigated for the next 2 years.
The Supreme Court in its ruling today did not touch upon that at all, which means it's leaving it to the Trump administration and I guess to Congress as well to figure out what kind of repayment mechanism is going to be put in place to refund these tariffs to businesses and corporations.
With the Supreme Court making no guidance about refunds, Justice Kavanaugh said any refund process could become a big mess. From the studio, Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.